Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my drag transformation with Radical Fit. We're gonna go from this to this.
All right, let's get into it. I'm going to do the base foundation on my forehead and covering my brows. This is the base foundation I use all over my face. I'm just going over there because that's where I start. And I'm going to go a little bit more on the brows because I didn't think I had enough coverage. And then after that, ooh, so scary. Oh my God. And then after that, I'm going to do my contour shade on the perimeter of my forehead just to really add to that dimension, the very feminine forehead. I'm going to add a little bit more to cover the man. Ooh. And after that, I'm going to go in with my first highlight. This is more of a natural highlight color. I'm going to do it in the center of my forehead. And then I'm going to go in and punch it up with a brighter white of a highlight to really give that spotlight effect. Yes. And then blend that in a little bit. And then you're going to go and set it with a white powder and do the rest of the forehead with a skin tone powder. And then you're going to brush it in with a fluffy brush.
Okay, so now that I look even more sexy, we're gonna go on to brows. And for brows, I use a brow pomade in like a medium brown, dark brown, and a angled brush. Like this. You'll also need a white concealer and a concealer brush to help spread it out. All right, let's get into it.
All right, let's do these brows. There I am picking up some product, and you're going to see me very concentrated right now because brows are scary. You're going to put the first dot of where you want your brow to start. Ooh, ooh, there we go. And then the second or where you want the other brow to start. Okay. All right. Ooh, she's happy. And then you're going to draw up from there. Your brow should kind of go up and then come down slightly a bit to have that arch shape. And that's what I'll be doing here. Very concentrated. There's the other side of the brow. Yes. Up. And then once that looks like Spock, yeah, you're doing it right. You're going to bring it down a tiny bit to create the arch. That's right. And then do the other side. Brows are sisters, not twins. Hey, okay. Pick out some more of that product. Ooh, get that itch. All right. Now you're going to do the top of the brow. To really create that brow shape, you're going to go a little bit above and then kind of float and then bring it down. This takes practice. You're not going to get it the first time. Trust me, I know. Now fill in the brow with the extra product you have on the brush and kind of just go a little back and forth. Try not to disturb the glue or the foundation because then you'll make a mess. Work. One brow down, another one to go. Same thing on the other side. You're going to start a little bit above the brow that you drew and just kind of float and bring it down. That's right. She looks good. Now fill in the brow. Got to pick up more of that product. It dries out. It's kind of annoying. Yes, this is so satisfying to watch. Okay. All right, now that the brows are down, we are going to conceal underneath to really clean up that brow and give you that sharp little fleek moment. So you're going to run the brush right underneath. And once you get to the end, you're going to drag it down. So up and then down. Then you're going to use a fluffy brush to disperse that product. It really helps a lot because it gives it a smooth application. And then again, go back and really sharpen that line. Wow, this is so satisfying. Okay, next brow. Let's go. Same thing. Up. Oh, and get that little crooked piece, right? Yes, we got it. And bring it down. And then with your fluffy brush, disperse that product. And then after that, get the rest of the product on your hand and put it all over your lid because this is going to be your eyeshadow primer. Wow, look at that, 2 for 1. Get it on both sides. And we are, oh, something's wrong. So after seeing my brows next to each other, I realized that they were not symmetrical. So I'm going underneath one brow and concealing it more. Then I'm going to add more brow pomade to the top of that to really heighten that arch and make them more symmetrical. All right, yes.
Okay, so up next, it's my favorite part of drag. It's the eyes. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna use some bright colors because it is Pride, and we are gonna show that we are what? Depressed.
And we are going to start on the inner corner with a yellow eyeshadow. We're going to put that on there with a dense, fluffy brush to really pack that color in and get a cute little payoff. Pack. Get it all in there. You want to make your yellow as bright as possible because if you're wearing yellow eyeshadow and it's not bright, what's the point? So just keep going back and forth. The key is to pat. You're not rubbing, you're patting the color on. Very important. Pat, pat, pat. Next, we're going to go in with some orange eyeshadow and kind of start the crease a little bit. You're going to pat it in there so you get a cute color payoff. And then you're going to go with a clean, fluffy brush and kind of diffuse the color so it kind of smokes out. That's the key. You have a fluffy brush for color and then you have one to diffuse. Go back, more color, kind of bring it into the yellow a little bit, and then diffuse with the clean, fluffy brush. You're going to do that for every color. Now here's the red, same thing. Add the color with the fluffy brush, and then you're going to diffuse with the clean, fluffy brush and get that really smoke blended look because that's how you do it. This is real cute. And then from there, you want to punch out those colors again in case you lose any of them. And yes, okay, All right, next eye, we're going to go in with blue and go in that mid color. Go back and forth. Keep in mind blue and yellow make green, so we're not going to rub it in too much there. You're going to go over with the clean fluffy brush and really diffuse the color and then add some more because you got to build up those colors. Yes, okay. Pat. Don't rub, pat. Then you can go with the third color, which is, oh, not yet. Okay, we're still patting the blue. Patty LaBlue, that's a good drag name. And diffuse. Right, there we go. Now here's the purple. You're going to go in the outer corner and then kind of bring it in. Purple's a really strong color and kind of overwhelming, so if you get too much on it, it'll just take over the whole thing, so be very careful. Start with a little and then work your way up. Oop, wrong brush. I almost set myself up. Okay, there we go. Diffuse, kind of blend it in there together. You could always add more color if you need it, but it's harder to take away. Oh, she's getting there. All right, a little bit more. Now we're going to go underneath the eyebrow arch with some white eyeshadow and a fluffy brush and kind of just put some on there. You want to go a little bit heavy just because it's white and it's like a base of everything, and then you're going to diffuse it with that clean fluffy brush to really mix it in with the colors and add that gradient effect. And that's on per.
Okay, so next we're gonna take some makeup remover on a Q-tip and we're gonna carve out a crease.
Okay, so the trick with this is to have just the right amount of makeup remover on the Q-tip because if you have too much, then it gets all drippy and it goes in your eye and then it's really annoying and then it's just making a mess. So you want to have just enough to clean the actual area without like dripping when you press against your eyelid. And you also, what you're doing here is creating the template for your lid that you're going for in drag because, drag lids are not human lids. So you are creating your own lid space. There we go. You also don't want to go too high up because then you'll mess up the glue stick that you have covering your brows, and that's not cute. Okay, and now you're going to do it again on the other side. Remember, not too much makeup remover because it's going to get drippy. You can kind of see I had a little too much and my eyelid is wet, which is not cute. And again, don't go too high into the glue because that'll mess up your brow blocking. But this technique is really great because it creates a sharp line for your lid. Okay, so now we're going to prime the lid, and we're using that same white concealer that we use for under our brow. And this concealer is just really awesome. I love it. I use it for everything. We are going to draw the shape of the lid that we're going for. And yeah, now go to the other side once you're happy with that shape. Same thing, try to match them. They don't always match, but that's okay. Okay, that's, yep. Oh, wait, we're going to go back and fix it a little bit more. There we go. I think that's a good idea. The eyelid crease thing takes forever because it has to be so precise and detailed. Next, with a fluffy brush, you're going to smooth that out. Okay, now here I am with a shimmery shadow going over that lid just to make that lid nice and sparkly and cute. And then after that, I'm going to go with some orange on the other side to really, close out that lid space. And then do blue on this side to keep in theme. It's Pride. Hello. Yes. Now we're going back to the brows. So with a dark brown eyeshadow, I'm going with an angled brush and just filling out the tail end of the brow to really accentuate the brow and kind of, finish it off. And then on the other side, I'm doing the same thing, fixing anything of the shape I don't like, making that arch higher. Hello. Yes. Okay. Brows are here.
Next, it's liner, and I don't like liner. Liner takes a lot of concentration. A lot. I'm going to be using a gel liner with a tiny, tiny, tiny little brush, and I don't do the big thick liner. I just kind of like a nice thin line. I use it to make the lashes, look nicer so they're just not on this. That's all. That's the point of liner for me.
So for liner, I start at the outer corner and I go up and out. And I don't go too high up, and then I bring it back down and just go along the lash line. Don't rush the liner because it'll show that you rushed the liner because liner is not to be messed with. Okay, and then after this, I'm going to go to the inner corner and kind of bring that down a little bit just to add, to that cat eye shape. Ooh. And next we'll do the other side, same thing, out on the outer corner and then go up and bring it back down. Like I said, do not rush this. Take your time with liner. It'll always show. Connect the lines and then do the inner corner.
And there we go. That's liner. Alright, so I do my makeup in a weird way. I start from the top and work my way down. And of course, in doing so, I cannot add lashes now because there's going to be all this powder and foundation going on. So I don't want to catch all that. So lashes come last. Alright, stick around for part 3 when I actually do something with the bottom of my face.
Again, my name is Chamilla Foxx, and I'll see you in part 3.